Lancaster City Council. Could I get roll call, please?
City Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Members, to include Housing, Hughes Leslie,
Present.
Molly,
Present.
Mann,
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Christ,
Present.
Mayor, Chairman Paris. We have a quorum. Sorry.
The invocation by Eric Mendoza. Eric, welcome, thank you.
It is an honor to lift up the Lord's word to you guys, and I'm going to read from Micah 6:8, which basically describes what the Lord requires of us. It says this: "He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God." Let's turn to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we know that you are present, active, and involved in all things. That does not exclude government. And Lord, we know that you put people in place for a reason, and we trust in your sovereign rule. And as we just gather together to discuss matters upon the city, I pray, Lord, for wisdom, for guidance for the council members. Pray that you would just speak through them, that you would lift them up to be able to do the job that you've called them to do. And Lord, we are called to do justice. It's ingrained within us, and I pray, Lord, that that is what prevails. Lord, we also called to be kind. Lord, allow us to find someone today and just show an act of kindness that ultimately just points to the good God that you are. And Lord, we are also called to walk humbly, not arrogant, not proudly, but knowing that at any moment our time could come to an end. And Lord, we just ask for you to be present and involved in all the decisions that are made today, and that you would do it for the betterment of your people, and that you would just actively show us who you are. Pray all these things in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ken, will you do the pledge for us?
Everybody, return face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, and repeat with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ken. Presentation to the sheriff deputies. Rod? Okay. Rod, before you start, I need a motion second to excuse the mayor.
I'll make a motion to excuse the mayor.
I'll second.
We have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Go ahead. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Good afternoon, Vice Mayor, Council. It's good to see you today. And today it is my honor to call up one of the hardest and recognize one of the hardest working deputy sheriff teams in all of LA County, and I mean that. And that is our Landcap team. These gentlemen are out there dealing with the worst of the worst at times, and they do it extremely professionally, and they do it with an expertise that keeps our community safe. So today we want to recognize them for an extraordinary operation that they held. And I think what I'll do is I'll ask them to come down and maybe line up right here as I talk about what you guys did. If we can fit you, there's so many of you guys. Or even if you just line up behind me, since there's like 20 of you today.
Rod, have them come in here so they
Yep.
can be on camera.
You want them in here? Okay, right in here. You want them facing out to the crowd, sir?
Yes, please.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. So, Lancaster Sheriff Station Landcap team began investigating a string of armed carjackings committed within the city of Lancaster beginning in June of 2025. The deputies investigated 4 separate incidents in which suspects used firearms to carjack victims of their dirt bikes and mini bikes. The investigation led to the identification of 5 juvenile suspects and the service of 4 separate search warrants served between August 11th and 12th of this year in the city of Lancaster. During the search warrants, the following was recovered: 1 stolen mini bike, 5 illegally possessed firearms, components of producing unregistered firearms, 17 pounds of methamphetamine, 2 pounds of fentanyl, 2 kilos of cocaine, 2 kilos of heroin, additional illegal narcotics including ecstasy, mushrooms, and marijuana, illegal gambling machines, and $23,000 in U.S. currency. To date, still 2 offenders in custody. I want to make sure you didn't get a third or fourth. 2 offenders in custody, and trust and believe that they are working very vigorously to get those additional suspects into custody. But I just want to take a moment right now and thank you and give these guys a round of applause.
Lauren.
And I guess, Vice Mayor, I'll call out, or shall we have the council come down and present with
These
the-
2 are going to go down.
Okay, excellent. So first up is going to be Deputy Armando Lopez. Deputy Michael Figueroa. Deputy Abraham Ledesma. Deputy Oscar Dominguez. And we want to give Oscar an extra hand because he is promoting to sergeant. He's going to work for that other city, but we're not going to hold that against him. Congratulations. Deputy Anthony Parisi. Deputy Renee Valencia. Deputy Michael Gonzalez. Hey, I'm sorry, that's Miguel Gonzalez. I saw it in your face, man. I saw it in your face. Sorry about that. And then Deputy Andrew Arcega. Deputy Daniel Carlin. Once again, outstanding work as you've done every day since I've been here, gentlemen. The city appreciates your efforts. Please continue making our citizens safe.
Okay, we're going to get back to business. As everyone can see Mayor Paris has taken a 90-day leave of absence, and I run the meeting. And we follow Robert's Rules of Order. And Robert's Rules of Order, I just want to lay out the ground rules for everybody. No yelling and screaming from the audience to hear. If that happens, we'll stop the meeting, and one of the sheriffs will come up, have a talk with you. If you continue, then we'll adjourn the meeting, and they'll escort you out. When you're at the podium, feel free to talk to us. Feel free to say what you want, but talk to the council. Don't talk to staff. Don't talk to the audience. I just think it's important that you guys understand what rules that I expect you guys to have and to do this. Just, if you're here to interrupt this meeting, not a good place. If you're here to give us your side and to tell us better ways to do things, I welcome it, and I really do. So you guys will notice that we will treat you with as much respect as we're treated with, and I hope it's a good, solid meeting where everyone can get along, talk, and see where we can go from there, okay? Thank you. Okay, we're going to start with the Housing and the Council Actions Joint Consent Calendar. Who's doing this?
This is a joint consent item, but we can present it if you'd like.
No, we have no speaker cards.
Okay, I'll make a motion then to accept JCC 1 on the joint consent calendar.
Second that. We have a motion, a second, let's vote. We have 4 yes votes. Thank you. Lancaster Housing. No speaker cards?
I make a motion to approve HACC 1 through HACC 3.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion, a second, let's vote. We have 4 yes votes. And you did that through 3. Now for the consent calendar. No speaker cards on any of the consent calendar items?
Anything to pull anything?
No.
No? Well, then with that, if there's no speakers, I'll make a motion to accept the consent calendar as comprised.
Second that. We have a motion and a second to accept the consent calendar as currently comprised. Let's vote. Passes with 4 yes votes. NB1.
Yes, sir, this is a new Axon AI body camera system, and presenting today will be Officer Lillian Shaw.
Good afternoon, Vice Mayor and council members. I'm Officer Lillian Shaw with the Lancaster Police Department, and I'm here to talk with you about our proposal to purchase Axon body-worn and vehicle cameras. Just to go over the background of body-worn cameras, they become a mainstream piece of equipment in police departments throughout the United States due to their public demand for transparency. Body-worn cameras have since become a mainstream expectation also in courts for its evidentiary value. The Lancaster Police Department originally purchased a different camera system, LensLock, and we've experienced numerous dependability issues with the LensLock product, with its hardware and with its data synchronization. Due to the critical role of body-worn cameras and what they serve, it's imperative that these issues with the hardware and with the synchronization be resolved. Due to the critical role of body-worn cameras and what they serve, it's also imperative that we, your sworn personnel, don't have to deal with these issues. The current body-worn cameras will, if we go with Axon, they will be reallocated to non-sworn personnel for non-critical, where non-criticality doesn't play a strong role. Axon has been in the business of body-worn cameras for many years, and its dependability has proven in agencies across the nation, including the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. In addition of the Axon body-worn cameras, adding them to the Lancaster Police Department will serve to ensure that this crucial piece of equipment serves its role as expected. This purchase will come from the added benefit, with the added benefit of AI-assisted report writing, which auto-transcribes and reduces the time that officers spend writing reports, and also allows them to be freed up to go out and serve the community. Further, this plan includes the body-worn camera tie-in with the Lancaster Police Department's drone as a first responder program. This will enable an officer to call for an automated drone response through their body-worn camera. So they will be able to essentially summon a drone by pressing a button on their camera. Finally, as part of the Axon ecosystem, cameras will automatically bring recording with an officer, will begin recording when an officer draws their firearm, when they draw their taser, or when they turn on their code 3 lights, which is their lights and sirens. This proposal also includes an in-vehicle camera system which focuses on the road and focuses on also the back seat to ensure the safety of whoever we have transporting in the back of our patrol cars. The forward camera is equipped with ALPR to add to the already robust technology of the Intelligence Crime Center's capabilities. And finally, the Axon system comes with the ability to provide links to the public so that they can provide images, video, or photos related to any case or any incident for instant sharing. The ability to integrate the public and allow them to provide evidence into the case, into any case, enhances surety of facts and conclusions. I would like to end with just going over the brief benefits of Axon. 4 different points: time saving, transparency and trust, operational efficiency as far as future-ready technology. Thank you very much for listening to our proposal, and now I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
How many?
We're looking at 15 cameras at the moment.
And how much?
For 5 years, we're looking at $350,130 approximately.
It's about $27,000 a camera, but he amortized that over.
Uh-oh.
The LPD is already budgeted for this. We're just requesting authorization to purchase.
What is ALPR?
License plate recognition?
So it's $5,000 a year.
It's $65,000 approximately a year for 5 years. And it includes 15 cameras, body cameras.
This is per person.
No, this is total package. I'm sorry, is your question per person?
You have $350,000.
Yes, sir.
Divide that by 15. That's like,
I'm not a math teacher, sir.
That's about 70 per year.
okay, you guys get the bad guys. I'll entertain a motion.
Oh, my gosh. I'll make the motion to accept MB1 proposal
Second
for the
that.
cameras.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. We have 4 yes votes. Thank you, and thank you guys for what you do.
Thank you, Council.
Perhaps we should get Chris a calculator, too. They're pretty cheap.
I think Rod We need Rob to understand how much they cost. NB2. Charlize?
Good afternoon, Vice Mayor and Council. So today I have the honor of presenting on an expansion to our already existing community cleanup programs. So as you guys are aware, and I think the team came up a month or two ago and presented on what we've done with our Tidy Up a Mile program, which has now transitioned into the new Team Up Lancaster program. So that is our Adopt a Highway type style program. Currently, we have 9 groups sponsoring about 10 miles of our city. They go out, they do cleanups regularly. We come in, we provide support for them to make sure the trash is picked up. They have all the necessary tools and resources that they need so they can do the cleanup efforts. Through the leadership of the Vice Mayor, very recently, we've ended up meeting with several community groups, community leaders, pastors, and business owners, and there's this desire in the community to really expand that program out, to not just target street segments, but to target areas of the city that are in need and really sponsor that and hit all of the issues, not just community cleanup. So that's what this program does. It takes this program and now makes it a full, we're looking at all the issues. So cleanup, homelessness, graffiti, illegal dumping, code enforcement violations, signage, and looking at all those quality of life issues and addressing them in certain areas of the city that we identify as areas where the quality of life needs to be addressed. As part of it, we're putting together a grant-style program. So if there are code enforcement violations, you have a lawn, you don't have the means to take care of it, we can come in, we can give a grant, and then some of these organizations can come in and provide the labor to better the entire neighborhood. So it's looking at it really full circle. So this item provides staff the direction to move forward with this expansion of the program, and it also funds a portion or adds additional funding to fund the program. So with that, staff recommends that council take action as identified in the staff report, and we're eager to get started on making the quality of life for our residents better.
Very good. It started, I had a conversation with the individual, and his concern was we were partnering with the prison to pick up trash. And he said, why not hire some of the disadvantaged youth of the community to help pick up that trash, to pick up other areas, to employ them, to show what works. So we dipped into the funds, and we're going to try that to target some of the disadvantaged youth and to go from there and see if we can make it work. Anyone else have anything? I'll entertain a motion.
I have a quick comment.
Okay.
I just want to say on the other side of it too, I don't want to disregard the groups that are already contributing. I know firsthand, especially with my littles, that there's a sense of ownership when you're cleaning your segment of the street, or you see your Girl Scout troop signage up there. I appreciate it, Vice Mayor, that you are focusing on our youth, because when you give to your community, when you're invested, you have this different sense of responsibility and ownership. And I think we've spoken about other things in the past about that's what our youth, me as a parent, that's what I want to instill in my children, but then the youth to really have ownership. So I think this is phenomenal. I think the fact that we're expanding it to another demographic of individuals that we can pull in is just incredible. And I hope that everybody will support this, whether it be as an individual, your family, or if you're part of an organization.
I think it's good. I think it parlays into what we're doing at the fairgrounds. We're building a 140,000 square foot facility. It'll not only hold, it's like 29 basketball courts, 32 pickleball courts, but what we are really looking for it to do is to take some of the disadvantaged youth and get them off the streets and have something to do, have basketball leagues there. We're partnering with the school districts to do that. We're partnering with the faith-based groups to bring it in. The aquatic center comes from, it's actually Lauren's idea to bring in, she was a swimmer, but it's to bring in, my parents went to Le Club Sportif for 30 years and exercised there. So the seniors need a place to go, our youth need a place to go, and we need a competition place for that. So it'll encompass all of it. So if you see what we're doing, we're trying to put some of this money to work that we have with the new sales tax. And you can see we have a little over $300 million in projects that we're working on right now. So I think it's great.
With that, I would like to make a motion for NB2.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second for NB2. Let's vote. Passes with 4 yes votes. Council reports. Raj?
I have nothing to report, but I have a video to show about Brews with Blues. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Brews with Brews. It's a great program. It's our Lancaster PD. They meet up with the community over the coffee and Starbucks and get to know them. So it's pretty much like they open up themselves to community and listen, hear them out. And not only that, but they put an apron and they also work a drive-through. So it's a great program. It's once a month, and I think people should also definitely take advantage of that. And there's a video.
Good job, Rod.
I have a video to introduce as well, Vice Mayor. The LCC had their annual summer kickoff, end of summer kickoff bash. It's hard to believe that summer is indeed over. I just want to highlight the fact that the LCC represents what we were just talking about, Vice Mayor, that it's a hub, it's an opportunity for our youth to come, to learn, to grow, to be creative. It's designed to be a safe space, to be creative, to interact with different community members. And I'm just so thankful to the team who put the end of summer bash together. And I'm looking forward to the video.
It's always great, especially during summer, because we get a lot of families that come through. We get a lot more teens as well. So it's really great to be able to see some of the kids that we don't necessarily see during the school year. So it's great just to get a whole new set of community members in here and just kind of celebrate them and thank them for being a part of our community center and, just celebrate with an end of bash summer.
Ken?
I'm good.
Okay. We'll move on. City Manager.
A few updates. So first and foremost, our Public Works team, they're out there right now. The weather's warm, so it's paving season. So we are paving some roads. Be on the lookout for our social media because there's details on where there are closures and where the detours are. And looking forward to seeing some new pavement laid down throughout the city. The other thing, our landscape maintenance group, if you haven't seen it, they're in the process of redoing the landscaping over on Sierra Highway on the railroad side. We did part of it about a year ago, and then we went through the permit process to get the permits from the railroad to install the split rail fence. So a piece of that has been installed. You can see how good it's going to look. I'm looking forward to that project being completed and really beautifying that whole corridor from Avenue M all the way up to Avenue J. and excited for that project. And then lastly, for today, our Hometown Hero Banner program, which is the banner with the veterans on it or our active military personnel on the boulevard. That is now open. We are accepting applications, so if you have a family member and you want to get them put on there, please reach out or look at our website and find the location where you can put in the application to get that family member put up there. And that's it for me.
City Clerk.
This is the time to address the City Council Agency Authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards may be found on the back table of the council chambers. If you have completed one, please ensure you've placed it up front so you may be recognized. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Please keep in mind, state law prohibits council from acting on items that are not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the city manager. Thank you.
Aubrey McPherson.
So I know I only have 3 minutes, so I got handouts for you, just so you guys can kind of readdress the bullet points that I'm gonna go over today, okay? So the reason I'm here is for 2 reasons. The first one is for the Recall Rex campaign that has been going around. The first reason that I'm here for that is because I have legitimate concern for our community members when it comes to that. So I'm not sure how many of you may see me online, may not. I know my reputation precedes me a lot more than what I know. But I have been slandered, I've been harassed, I've been annoyed, I've had libel statements made against me, all because I refused to keep my mouth shut over what this Recall Rex campaign was doing when it pertained to illegal activity, when it pertained to false filings, when it pertained to information in which they were sharing with community members, in which essentially got 85 people sued. And in addition to that, on the May 2nd filing, 10 people were listed as legally responsible under Election Code 11041A2, in which made us liable for whatever paperwork that they were submitting. The whole reason that we were sued on the first one was because of the bad paperwork. They didn't submit 10 people who were gonna be legally responsible. Summing it up is thinking that the recall election code, maybe it was misunderstood, there was a clarification. I myself continued to help them, thinking, okay, well, maybe round 2 will be better. Only to find out on round 2 that a list of 10 people were noted as to who were gonna be legally responsible. 8 of those people, I'm pretty, excuse my language, damn sure did not consent because I'm one of them. The reason I'm upset today, though, is because I think that those bad actors need to be held accountable. And it's not just me, but it's 30 people behind me that were also part of that lawsuit who have also felt misled, who have also felt that there's no accountability for these people, who have also felt that they have been somehow given this information of, hey, we're gonna enact on our constitutional rights, and we were denied that right by these people who essentially kept submitting bad paperwork, and there's no real law or regulation or even city ordinance that protects us. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here today and why those bullet points are so important, is because one of the issues that I've come across is the fact that there is no city ordinance or city regulation when it pertains to what our recall policy is for the city. I've already spoken to the county, I've spoken to the Secretary of State, and they've advised me of what comes through that. The last thing I want to talk about, I know I'm almost out of time, is what I've listed as the dignity in death. My neighbor, unfortunately, was brutally murdered last week. She was shot in the back of the head, laid out on her driveway, and the reason I want to talk about that real briefly, I might go over my time and I apologize, but the reason I want to talk about that real briefly is because her body was left out for 15 hours, and there wasn't any type of body barrier placed around her, and I'm not blaming the sheriffs. I know that they did a fantastic job. I know that the 2 detectives that came up from South Point, Long Beach did the best job that they could, but somewhere along the lines, there was a breakdown that happened with her body as her daughter stood across the street crying her eyes out. And me being the next door neighbor, my family and I were exposed to that body because we were able to see it all day long. The reason that I want to address that with you guys is because there has to be something in place. I know that we have the body barriers. For whatever reason, it did not happen that day. But there needs to be some type of ordinance that if there is a dead body present, that the first step in that action is to set up some type of body barrier. I understand that there's crime scene forensics and everything else that needs to be worked out and some type of litigation needs to be resolved, but we cannot just have dead bodies exposed to our community members. So I know that there's a lot to unfold in this piece of paper that I've given you guys, and I'm hoping that you guys will place it on a future agenda where I can come back and actually talk to you guys more about it. But I'm telling you that there are breakdowns in our city and our community that need to be fixed, not just with the recall, not just with the bad actors, not just with the people that need to be held accountable for that, but just simple breakdowns in our policies that just need to be addressed. So that's all I wanted to
Thank you.
talk. Thank you.
Allison, do you have a copy of this?
I do. Oh, thank you, Aubrey.
Can you look through it and see what we can do better?
I will definitely take a look at it and bring back anything that I think needs addressing. Thank you.
Okay, Rod? Can we have a policy?
I'll get with Allison, sir, and we can certainly have something drawn up.
I don't disagree with anything that she said,
Yes, sir.
okay?
You got it. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mark Maldonado.
Vice Mayor and Council, I have to disagree with what was just said up here about the recall because there's more to it than what she's saying, okay? We had our every proponent on that paperwork, we were taking care of them. But when somebody goes rogue on you and starts litigation when they're asked not to do it, that's where the problem began. So we, as a committee, I am part of the recall. We will put our paperwork together and we will submit it to you guys if we have to, in conjunction with what she's saying, to show you that a lot of that's not true, okay? The other thing I want to say is I know that things got out of hand last week, or at the last meeting, but I felt like I was being taunted. And I feel that the mayor kept talking about people from Palmdale, the recall, when he was saying things when we weren't. So we're human, and we get just as frustrated as everybody else. So I have to let you know that when I walked up last week, I was frustrated because, for one, I don't think my time should start until I get up to this position right here. And it was started right before I got out of my seat, where others weren't. And I didn't appreciate what Mr. Paris was saying as I was walking up. So things got out of hand. But I had to say what I had to say because that's who I am. I've been in this community for a long time. A lot of people know me. Been here since 1963, and I've been a very upstanding community leader here in the Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale area, and I feel I have a lot of integrity. The thing that I want to bring to you today is that from the Lancaster Freedom Coalition, we are asking, we're not demanding right now, but we are asking that you guys do the right thing and move the meetings back to 5 p.m. when people from the community can get here when they're not working. It's really hard for people to come up here and voice their opinions when they're at work, okay? But we want to work with everybody, okay? That's what we want to do. But we also want you guys to do the business of your constituents and the people here in Lancaster. Thank you.
Thank you. Casey Miller?
Good afternoon. My name is Casey Miller. I'm born and raised here in our community. This is my first time coming up to these, but I wanted to make sure to take time off of work, take time off of my day to come here and state, after watching the video of last meeting, that Paris doesn't speak for all of us. Not everyone here wants to have National Guard marching down our streets. And I hope you guys do everything you can to prevent that. Bringing a militarized action to our city is not going to make us safer. It's not going to make us a better city, a better community. And then the other comment, to provide fentanyl to our streets. Is flooding fentanyl to our streets really going to solve anything? Let's be honest. Sure, it may just be comments, but to say it 3 times in 3 separate meetings, I just hope you guys can see through those. And I wanted to make sure that someone's voice was spoken to state that not all of us are in agreement to those comments. And I hope you do everything you can to prevent such unhinged situations from truly happening. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is it Licidia? Welcome.
Hello, my name is Lucidia Rayler. I've lived here almost 10 years now. I've lived in many big cities and a couple small ones. But I have come into my adulthood here, and I don't like the desert, but I do like Lancaster. But also to amplify what Casey said, I do not think we should have National Guard here. It sounds like it would be a good idea, but I think when you truly are out here, you don't want to be hassled by National Guard or stared down. It'll be scary. You know, if you talk to people out in LA, if you talk to people in Washington DC, I'm sure they would agree, like, they don't want National Guard out there. I also want to amplify too that I do not agree with giving fentanyl to the unhoused, even if they're allegedly criminals. That's why we have a judicial system. And that is not okay. And that is not okay that everyone's quiet about it and just accept it. I know a lot of people think we can just say whatever we want, but there really should be consequences to wishing death to people like that. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle?
You mean Michelle or?
Michelle?
Okay. Well, it could be another Michelle. Wait, don't start my time yet. She's not up there yet. Could I have my time back?
Go ahead.
That's one thing I would like to talk about is, before we can even get up there, especially this young lady, could you start it when we start talking? That would be the best
Can you stop her time?
for all of us. And maybe their time could be
I'm
brought
going to
back.
tell you why, because in the past, we have people that take a long time to come. They sit in the back of the room and take a long time. They take a minute and a half to come up here, and they're addressing people as they come up here to speak. So when we start the clock when your name is called, then it has a sense of urgency because it's your time, and people have a tendency to hurry up. I don't want to get to a point where we limit the individual speaking to 1 minute or 2 minutes. I'd like you guys to have 3 minutes so you can explain yourselves. If you're explaining yourselves and you need a couple more minutes or that, I don't have a problem with that. But let's see how it goes. We'll start it over.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
And just maybe you could call the names and have us ready too. That would help a little bit.
Okay.
If we're in line, just a suggestion. I'm in agreement too. I was hoping for a 5 o'clock meetings instead of 1 o'clock. There's so many people out there that really want to be here and voice their opinions, and they can't do it. They can't get off work. You know, some of them have 2 jobs even. So, so I'm hoping you will reconsider that time frame as well. And then the suggestion to that is, from what you told me a couple weeks ago, well, you know, we have to work too, and then we have to work all night. Well, take a half a day off and maybe, you know, work at night. Just that, it's only once every 2 weeks. So just a thought. And I also, you know, the fentanyl thing, really, I know it keeps coming up, but wow, 4 meetings and, you know, and just the way he talks to people is just so
really hard for us. Sometimes, you know, I get to crying outside because, oh my God, like, you know, somebody talks to me about it, and then I get emotional about it. So, you know, that's just unacceptable, and I'm sure you guys don't really dig that kind of talk either. I know maybe it's a little scary to, maybe he scares you. I don't know what the issue is. I'm pretty sure you don't agree with giving fentanyl to the homeless. I'm just thinking that it's just hard to say something to such a strong figure. And, you know, National Guard, I disagree a little bit here unless we have a problem. I don't really see a big, gigantic problem of people going in like they were and ripping off pharmacies and clothes stores and all that. So if we have that kind of situation, I say bring them on. But we have some really good police and sheriffs that I just saw here that we keep giving awards and stuff to. So until it gets out of hand, I don't see that one. The $3 million on the NB2, how will the children and seniors get there if it's at the AV fair? I was thinking about that, writing it down. So just, you know, maybe how are they going to get there? Is it going to be a special bus system in that 3 million or, anyway, and I don't have social media. I'm sorry, just one more thing. I don't have social media, so when you close the roads, I don't know when I don't know how to get around to shopping, and I have to go to 20th or 30th West or, you know, or the other way, and now Palmdale's doing their road closures, and then you are too at the same time. So if you could try to coordinate that or show us where else to go to look for the road closures, that would be helpful. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Dylan?
Hi there, Council. Thank you for having me. There's a common thread. I'm going to be addressing a lot of the same. The first thing is I had to take off work to be here, and I know that many people did and do. I feel like there must be something that the council can do to make this at a time that's reasonable for people to attend. Is 5 o'clock out of the question? Oh, that is a question to you, Mayor Chris.
Okay,
Mr. Vice
go
Mayor.
through your talk, and then
Sure, yeah. So then the second thing I wanted to address was, you know, in Mayor Paris's comments about giving fentanyl to the homeless as much as they want, he justified this by saying that, you know, the homeless population is raping and murdering and assaulting and robbing the people of Lancaster. According to the California Department of Justice in 2024, there were 1,369 violent crimes reported. Does anybody know, does Lancaster Police Department have percentages as far as how many of those were committed by unhoused people, homeless people? Is that demographic information that they have? There's another question.
Go ahead.
Okay. And then finally, Mayor Paris, as we know, said, quote, "I took the liberty of writing the Trump administration and asking them to bring the National Guard here. I mean, what better place?" And so I wanted to ask each council member if you support bringing the National Guard troops to the city of Lancaster. Those are all my questions.
Okay. Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The time. We changed it from 5 o'clock to get more participation, and we looked at it as the time of the city is more of a business. We run it as a business. I do not think that you guys understand how many meetings that we actually go to that go from 9 to 10, from 10 to 12, from 1 to, so the only one late is the council meeting. And so what we wanted to do would make it more business friendly to people that are doing business here in Lancaster, people that are pulling permits, people that are spending money, that kind of stuff, that we decided to make it at 1:30. However, twice a year, I think it's the first week in December, and it is in March sometime, that we have a 5 o'clock meeting for those people that can't attend but still want to say something. So we still have the 5 o'clock meeting, but we tried to make it more business-friendly. So that's,
I mean, don't the majority of people in Lancaster work and would not be able to attend? I mean, the majority of people who could be
our
here can't.
attendance has not hurt at all. In fact, I think we have a little bit more attendance with people that are here. The second one I have is the demographics of it. We can get that information, or Trelise, you can get that information for him. I'll mark his card. I just wrote demographics on his card, so just find out and you can get a hold of him. And then the last ones was what we all think. We have a different system in Lancaster than Palmdale does. We have a strong mayor system, and that's what our citizens voted on, and they voted that he is the voice of the city. You see that a lot in what he says and what he does. A lot of those are his personal beliefs, and I don't want to get into a debate with you about who disagrees, who doesn't disagree, but I would say I do not think many people agree with the statement. I certainly don't, with the statement that he made about giving it, but his thought process is to get more help for the Antelope Valley. The more that he can make people look at us, the more that we can get help. Do we need help? Yes. Do we need the National Guard? I don't think so, but we need help. We currently contract over $50 million of our budget towards public safety. Okay, we added a police department to help the sheriff department. The sheriff department is currently 70 deputies down. No fault of theirs. Their recruitment things through the Board of Supervisors is stopped doing their different academies. They started them back up, but we're 5 years behind in academies. So with carping, with people taking off for vacation, for everything, we're 70 deputies down. That equates to about 10 cars per shift. So it's an extreme amount of people that we're down. We need help. We're paying for it and we're not getting it. So we're yanking on the chains of the county quite often to say, hey, we need some help, we need some help. So don't always look at what the mayor says as, you know, that's exactly what he means. He's reaching out for help. He's reaching out for help to tell people that I need help to do this. When you're 70 deputies down, then it's a problem.
Do you know that did he actually write to the Trump administration requesting troops?
I have no idea. That's what I was talking about, he's a strong mayor. He is the voice of the city. That's what the citizens voted for. We have to respect that. So in our system that we work, he's the voice of the city, so we respect that. Okay, I got more cards.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. David Paul.
I keep trying to beat my last record. Vice Mayor and Council, good evening. Yeah, I feel pretty good right now. This was a very good meeting, and props to you, Vice Mayor, for your sensibility. You know, the world is changing. I made the mistake of watching this video of that Apophis or whatever. It's a real comet that's out there. NASA follows it, and it could run into the Earth, and it could happen in 2029. So all the other problems we have, if that thing hits us, it's all over anyway. So in the meantime, we just do our best. But I love the interaction of civics, and That's why I'm particularly interested in our city. I found this paper, I lost it and I found it, but Cicero was a Roman orator, and he said the true law is right reason in agreement with nature. So the task of justice is to discover the nature of things. So I was really happy at the criminal justice meeting when the city was talking about giving these young people who ride the mini bikes a place to do it. Vice Mayor, similarly, the center that's being built for young people to do things. I mean, we just have to reach people and realize that, you know, the National Guard doesn't scare me. These are soldiers, so that makes me feel better. Do we need them walking on the street? I don't want to overwork them, or you know, that's my real concern. But we're trying, and you know, it's not easy. And I like to think about happy things, and there's a lot of opportunities. We just opened the vet center. I spoke here a little while ago last year about how much the VA was happy with the city and working. That place is completed and open. It was a great grand opening. So there are so many things going on. We annexed some land to be brought into the city, and all these things were growing. So the mayor will have to add 96 square miles and 7. Who's the math guy here? That's 102, I think. But anyway, the city's growing. There's all sorts of great things. And I just love participating in civics, and I love the commitment of all of you to the same. So good afternoon, and thank you all.
Thank you, David. Fran?
Thank you.
Is that going to work?
Yes. Good afternoon, Vice Mayor and council members and ladies and gentlemen and everybody in the whole world. I'm here because I love my city, Lancaster, and I love, and I use the word love, not sparingly, because I do love living here. And that's why I'm a commissioner for, and I represent you with LA County as your representative on aging and disabilities. But my point is, what I really want to say is, I thank you very much for getting these youngsters jobs. They need this so desperately because they're coming out of schools and they don't know where they're going or what they're going to do. And by having this one little jump, I think it's going to help a whole lot of people and help them grow and respect themselves. Secondly, I'd have, I spoke of this morning at the AVTA meeting about Social Security. I became a victim of Social Security, and I tell you, I didn't get my Social Security check for 3 months. And I've been going around and around for 3 months, talking to Social Security, going to Social Security office, talking to, I've got a book that thick already of all the people I spoke. Main thing is, what I'm trying to get is, I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about the seniors out there that cannot talk for themselves and don't know where to go to ask questions or what to do. And this is not just going to stop here with me as far as that goes, but I just want to make it known to people that they're not to be afraid to speak out, and you do have to be diligent and keep after Social Security. And I'll let the rest go. And as far as the medical examiners going, the incident that happened last week on Jackman, the medic, was right across the street from my house. The medical examiner left that body out all night till 9:30 in the morning. And I didn't even realize it because there was a sheriff's car parked, so I didn't, from my house, I couldn't see it. But that was there all night long, and you could see his feet. But that I didn't approve. I kind of hurt me, not as a human being, to be left out in the cold like that. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. God bless America, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Fran. Anyone else want to speak? Come on. the record, I need you to identify yourself or,
Yeah, my name's Caleb Norwood.
okay?
Yeah, I just moved out here not too long ago. My wife, she's in the military, so she got transferred over to Edwards. So I'm just, trying to see what's going on in the city. And I guess one of the first questions I had, if they may know, with the Axon body and vehicle cameras, if is the data with that being shared with third parties? How is the collection, how's the data collection, I guess, being utilized? Is that just within house, or is that kind of being shared with a corporation that may, share it with other entities? And then I guess my second question would be with the MB2 cleanup, and you guys were talking about getting kids to clean it up. Are the kids being paid? And if so, how much are they being paid? And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Rod, you'll walk him through the, how they share everything? Yes, sir. And yes, we're looking at $17 an hour.
All right, thanks.
Okay? Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Can I speak?
Come on.
Thank you, Marvin and council. I wasn't going to speak. My name is Mark Rithaler. I've lived in the AV 20 years. The reason why I'm up here is I love what I'm actually seeing the last 6 months, especially. I think new programs are coming in. I'm also board chair of a nonprofit, CDC USA, so if you need a bus to take the youth to the AV Fairgrounds, I'm sure myself and many others are willing to help you. I moved from the east side to the west side. I just sold my house in December and have basically put everything into the community that I could and then some. And the reason why I wanted to speak now is from the west side of like 35th to 45th Street and actually beyond on Avenue I there. I've bought in some land and actually closing on some more land today that I'd love to be able to pick the veterans up from the Veteran Center, go right down the road because a lot of them don't like to travel far. And off to the right there is zoned agricultural, so not just a community garden, but something that's beyond beautiful, so all the first responders and people that go down Avenue I all day can see that. The other land on Jackman and 47th that I bought, it needs a little bit of cleanup out there that I've requested a few times, but I'd also like to utilize that land to bring back building trades and things like that to the high schools and colleges. I've talked to the AV College. I know that Ben is on the Planning Commission. I've tried to contact him. Nicole Jones for the beautification project. So I know the people that are trying to help, and I'd love to, help you facilitate that, use the land for the people. I have a 19-year-old son and other kids that this is their city. So anything I can do to help, anything you can do to help, I'd love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Charlize, you have someone to talk with him? Okay. Council comments. Raj? Lauren?
I do have a couple comments. So Congressman George Whiteside is hosting a Service Military Academy Information Night, and a little background on that. So we have a handful of military academies, and part of the eligibility to attend one of these, I'm talking United States Military Academy at West Point, Annapolis, Coast Guard Academy, you have to receive some type of nomination, and Congressman George Whiteside's is one of those ways. So that's going to happen Wednesday night, August 27th at 5:30 p.m. Please share that news wide and loud. I also wanted to acknowledge that the VA clinic here locally opened up. Thank you to everybody who was a part of that process. Thank you to those who came out and celebrated. And then I had a comment about road closures and paving in general. So for the individual who mentioned that they don't have social media, I wanted to highlight on our City of Lancaster website, there is a calendar of sorts, and it tells you when all the road pavement and maintenance is occurring. You can actually go, and it goes out years. And I want to segue that into Inform Lancaster. It's an app that we have. You can use it to do a lot of things. One of them, if you want to comment, applaud, give kudos to things happening in the city or individuals in the city, but it's also a metrics to go in and snap a picture or leave a comment on where we should be focusing. Our community is the eyes of our community. The 5 of us can't see everything. So that's your way to not only get road closure information, give people kudos, but also focus our attention if there's road conditions that are worse off than what we know. And yeah, stay informed.
Thank you. Ken? Just reminding everybody that 9/11 is coming up. There's a 9/11 ceremony at the AV Mall on 9/11. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. The AV Fair is coming up. I believe it's the 24th of September that it starts. So make your plans for that. And keep in mind, it might be, we sit on several boards that are the transportation boards, that we get to talk to Caltrans and the problems that they cause and the problems that they cause within our community about diverting traffic from the freeway to the inward streets and how we get those fixed and how they pay for them that we're working on. So with that, we're going to adjourn to closed session. We do have a closed session. And thank you, everyone,
Yes,
for a
we
great
do.
meeting.
Enter closed session to discuss agenda items CS 1 through 21, as stated on the agenda.
I'll call the meeting back to order. City Attorney.
In closed session, the council took up closed session agenda item CS1 and gave direction to staff and legal counsel. No reportable action.
Okay, with that, thank you, everyone, for a great meeting, and we stand adjourned to September 9th at 1:30.